Kỳ vọng của du khách dành cho khách sạn đang dần thay đổi. Mọi người không chỉ tìm một nơi nghỉ ngơi, mà còn mong muốn một trải nghiệm đáng nhớ trong chuyến đi của mình. CIHMS, giải pháp kết nối nhịp nhàng mọi hoạt động vận hành của khách sạn để đem đến trải nghiệm trọn vẹn nhất.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody and welcome to the HoSkar Night. Also, if you are actually based in Ho Chi Minh City, welcome to the new normal. The HoSkar Night is a networking night. It's the largest networking night in hospitality and real estate in Vietnam. We really aim to bring people an idea together in a kind of different way. So today I asked Linan and my team together, let's do a small one this time. We target 100 people, just a small, nice crowd. I'm looking at now 104, which is a perfect for tonight. My name is Mauro Gasparotti. I'm the director of a Savills Hotel. I'm also one of the organizers of the HoSkar Night, and I'm live today from actually my living room. Okay, so if you show me the first slide, just a brief tonight, we will touch a bit with our KOL, with the speaker. We'll touch on a different topic with them. Later on, we'll be able to discuss with you. We really want you to interact with us. We'll have a survey. We'll have your free way of getting the microphone and get in touch with us. You can ask 100 questions to our KOL. We really try to interact, and later we'll try to move to the speed networking section, where you may find a good business partner or a date for this period after lockdown, which is not that bad. Okay, my slide on the KOL. So today we're going to have 9 people and different backgrounds. Some of them, they will be operational, other they will be into the design. We'll have a technology people, and we'll have operation oriented. So we'll have a management company as well. So really a large discussion into all the different topics within the largest spectrum of real estate and hospitality. Some of them are based in Vietnam, others are based in Singapore and in Thailand. We'll get in touch with them in a moment, but before starting, I'd like maybe to call on a stage my team, maybe Linan and Miss Nguyen, which will help me today to host the event. It's a 2-hour event, so I need them to help me out. How are you? I haven't seen them for a few months. Yeah, just let everybody know. I see them on a daily basis. How are you guys? Linan, please tell us, how was your lockdown and how you doing?
At first it was painful, but I think at the moment everybody get used to it already. So I think it's the same situation where the city opened up again, but we still work from home. So, but actually it's still okay for me. What about you, Nhung?
I'm good now. I think that it's really great when Ho Chi Minh City open again, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Yeah.
We'll meet all very soon. And again, today, a positive vibe only, we call it. Yeah, let's just move on the lockdown and see all the positive that is coming this year and next year. Linan, what do we expect for tonight? Please take us through the agenda, introduce our sponsor, which will be so kind to partner with us. Please take us through that, and I'll see you later with the KOL.
Okay, thanks, Mauro. And it's really nice to see that we have lots of familiar faces here today. But I also see that we have many first joiner. So I hope that after the event, you would like the format and become a frequent HoSkarian. Probably because we try to do this every month. And first of all, before getting to the agenda, I just want to say thank you really fast to all of our partners that have been spending lots of time with us to make this happen. And especially thank you to the 3 sponsors this time, which is VínHMS, Savills Hotels, and Wink Hotels. For VínHMS, now with the product called CIHMS, this has been their 4th time with us, I think, and hopefully there will be more future events to come. Wink Hotels actually was one of our speakers before with the CEO, Michael. And this time, the brand director, David, also come back and join us. And he will be on stage in a few moments. I would like to say thank you to all the partners as well. And I will just take you briefly to the agenda right now to see what we're expecting here today. The event will start with the Learn from KOL section, where Mauro and Myung will start talking to 9 speakers about the topic of operation and development. After that, we got the interactive section where the attendees can get on stage to talk to our KOLs, to ask questions, and to actually be part of the survey. And all attendees can join from your device by choosing your options as well, which we will explain in a few moments. The last part of the event will be the speed networking, actually. You can consider it as speed dating, like Mauro and Jung used to say. So now I am start to be confused as well. But the system will automatically match you with one of our attendees. So get ready for it. That's the whole agenda. And as you can see, we are using the new platform this time. And we hope that you like it so far. If you can already notice, you have your own profile there. So if you would like to get to know other people, make sure that you already upload your avatar, your company profile properly, and maybe drop in your email or LinkedIn link so people can track you back. Okay, so before I pass it back to Mauro, just like to tell you about our selfie contest. As you already know, we have the contest after event called Selfie Contest, where all of our attendees, actually, they will take a photo of themselves joining the HoSkar Night, and they will share those photos later on their social media. That can be LinkedIn or Facebook, as long as you tag our HoSkar page and you gain the most likes. The winner actually will receive the free voucher stay from our sponsor. So the previous time, I would like to say congratulations to 2 winners. The very beautiful ladies, actually. I'd like to show them on the slide right now. And they are very lucky to receive the vouchers from Intercontinental Saigon. And if you want to be the next winner, don't forget to take a photos, because this time we actually got a voucher for 2 nights stay at Intercontinental Phu Quoc, and then 2 other vouchers for a nice stay at Wink Hotels with a special experience from their partner 5G. So don't forget and don't miss that chance, actually. Okay, that's everything that you need to know at first about HoSkar Night. I'll pass it back to you, Mauro.
Thank you, Lina. I'm sure people were much happier to see you on the screen, but yes, stay around. I think you'll connect later with a lot of questions. Sure. Okay, excellent. So let's start with maybe bringing on stage our KOL. I left the IT team to help me into that. If you can just open the screen, if everybody in the first round, the operational, the operational round, if all my speaker can open it up. The first one is always new. Should like to be the first.
I'll be with you so that you are not so lonely there.
Yes. Thank you, Oliver, to join, David, Huang, and we are waiting Varun to join. Okay, excellent. Sorry, one more. Varun, you don't have the screen on, but you have a time because you'll be asking your question later. Okay, thank you. Let's start with David, maybe, which was so kind to support us today, to be part of the whole organization of this HoSkar Night today. David, first of all, how are you after this lockdown? And my second question quickly is, are you guys open? Can we actually access what's going on in Ho Chi Minh City Hotel? Nobody know much about that. Can we come and stay? I love to stay and eat something over there. But my real question for you is, do you think in this new normal, the consumer behavior will change? Do you think people expecting something different from the hotel, or do you think everything will be back to normal? So you got 3 questions and 2 minutes to answer.
I think you've been bottling these questions up during lockdown, Mauro, and they're all coming out at the same time. I was just going to say, we tested the platform a few days ago, and we did the speed networking with 3 people. And that means one of you has to wait while the other 2 talk. So I'm really excited tonight that there's going to be a lot of people on that platform. It's super cool. And congratulations for you guys on setting this up. It looks great. Regarding Wink, we've been supporting local businesses and industry to work between the hotel and the industrial sites for over a month now, which means we've had to block out the hotel. So we're just waiting on developments, really. The Friday, the 1st of October was a significant moment for us all, wasn't it, when we could finally feel the easing of restrictions. We will announce soon, but it may be the end of October, start of November when we reopen to the public, Mauro, when I expect to see you there.
Absolutely.
Regarding,
I know you guys used to throw a good party in your hotel, yes?
Yeah,
Never
so
got an invitation, but now I'm really looking forward to it.
We launched it on mid-March with the pajama party, and I imagine you have some nice pajamas, Mauro. I don't know where
I'll buy one. I'll buy a sexy one for you there, just to show up at that.
So that was a quite a fun event and an interesting way to sort of bring influencers and KOL marketing through in a fun live show with DJs and acts. And then we had the grand opening on the 24th of March with Min, up and coming Vietnamese singer. So I've had quite a few events, yeah. And then of course, fluctuating fortunes of COVID meant that we switched towards sporting industry, and we'll reopen definitely with a different mindset in tourism, but maybe sometimes amplified of what already existed. You know, people wanted hygiene and fast check-in and other elements of the stay, and that's just going to be amplified even more, isn't it? And I think we're in a lucky position that we had these elements built into our DNA before COVID. We have automated check-in and room keys, big space to find your own little corner, and you know, things like I got a good quote today, something about COVID's made us reassess our mortality and embrace experiences more. And I think we always had this idea, besides the contactless payment and the hygiene and all these things, to just to be hyper local too, and to support local businesses. So I think it's not only that we're going to reopen, it's also that our community is going to reopen, that we really feel a strong part of. So tonight I'm also repping some local bars that are gradually coming back to life. So this is from Stir Cocktail, a Vietnamese first cocktail bar, really reclaiming cocktail culture for Vietnam. Our gift in the selfie competition is provided both by ourselves for a room voucher, but also by Veggie, our experienced partners who do coffee tastings and tarot readings and all these kind of things. So we feel, we're ready to welcome the public back very soon, and also we're really thrilled that our community will be part of that journey with us too.
Thank you, David. It was good and very positive. That's exactly what we need. Same as your video. I loved your video introduction just before starting. We're just giving energy to everybody. Always. And again, looking forward to the next party over there. Stay with us because later we got a lot of questions. I think at least you'll need to answer one. I'd like to pass it now to Juan there, which is into technology. So technology, prop tech, everything that is coming toward us. Now, I opened a conference last year by saying that the only certain things will be uncertainty. And that's probably true in hospitality. We don't know what's going on in terms of demand. We have just no idea. And every GM now doing their own budget, they know it very well. So the question for you, Juan, is will technology help us to predict the demand? We will be able through technology to get a better forecast of the future.
Hey, Mauro. Well, that's it's not an easy one. It's the one you asked David, but I try to answer it. No, seriously, man. Technology will save us, and technology did save us the whole COVID vaccine and the whole it's all technology. But on hospitality, I mean, early this year, Airbnb announced that they expect significant travel rebound from their data. And so, yeah, I think we will be back. And as of last month, we did an internal survey among about 1,000 technical worker in the technical company inside Vin Group, and around 64%, no, actually around 80% say that they're gonna go travel right after the lockdown open. And 50% of them say they're gonna go to Phu Quoc, 30% say they're gonna go to Nha Trang and Đà Lạt and then Nha Trang. Okay, so everybody want to go, and I think it's true, not just because from our own experience, you can see that so I think demand will be back. I don't need a prediction to say that. However, just a matter of when and where. Now the when is easy. I mean, nobody know the when, so we just skip that part. But the where and the how is a bit different, because guests they want different things now. Their priority shift changed a lot. And so we look at the data from Expedia last month, and then so now the top 5 accommodation consideration from travelers are cleanliness, hygiene protocols, flexible cancellation policy, mask use, reduced capacity, and contactless, everything. And so this is where I think technology can help, because with technology we can implement all these cleanliness guidelines, all these flexible cancellation, all these checking in a very easy way. And so this is definitely the part where I think we will be able to add a lot of value. Things like how can you communicate the occupancy or your data on COVID restriction to your guests. How can you let them know that you follow the hygiene guideline. And this is a very funny part, because I never thought about before COVID, nobody care about how you clean your hotel, man. It's like you clean the hotel and it's clean, right? But now everybody talking about, hey, I follow this protocol. I actually say we partnership with a clinic to to do our cleanliness. And I see a lot of hotel that they will follow through that, to prove to the customer that we clean in a very procedural way. And so how do you prove it? By technology, by using technology to show the customer this is how many steps that we took to make sure the room is clean. So yeah, I mean, it's we'll be back, and I believe that technology will add a lot of value in the process. There will be technology that will be gone after COVID, things like a shield between front office and guests, I believe. But there are things that will stay, it's like robot check-in, or things like voice recognition, when you can stay in your room and you can use a smart assistant to order laundry, order food, and things like that. So yeah, that's all my take, and I really excited to look into next year. Okay.
Thank you, Juan. It was very interesting. I think you opened the discussion for a lot of other KL. Again, everybody here that want to participate or just debate a bit, please feel free to open the microphone and jump on that. I like it to pass now to Oliver, which is the GM of Intercontinental Hotel Phu Quoc. I think there was a lot of interesting points that was discussed. Phu Quoc was a very big topic this month, because everybody heard the news of reopening, and then everybody heard the news of not reopening. So somehow it was a very interesting topic. So please give us your opinion into where Phu Quoc is going. But we really like to know from you also where Vietnam is going for next year.
Where Vietnam is going for next year, if I knew that, I would be much richer than I.
You can use technology for the forecast. We just discussed about that.
Sorry, thinking. Okay. No, so look, I mean, when it comes to Sandbox Phu Quoc, the first thing I want to say is I want to hire the marketing agency that was used to talk about the opening of Phu Quoc, because the amount of messages I got, the amount of times I had to explain to people in our corporate office that no, I will not increase my budget for next year. That was quite insane. They did a really, really good job getting Phu Quoc out there in terms of, I mean, it was on CNN, it was on Bloomberg, it was everywhere. Then, unfortunately, we had a couple of cases on the island that have been contained, and I have to say we're actually getting pretty good at building our sandbox. The the vaccine rates on the island have sped up like crazy. Last weekend, I was driving around downtown Phu Quoc, and when I passed by the hospitals at like 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, there were still lots and lots of people that were there to be vaccinated. In our place, all our team have had at least their first shot. Half of the team has had 2 shots already. So we are really the authorities are really pushing to get the island population vaccinated as much as possible. We have a slight advantage over Ho Chi Minh City. We only have to vaccinate about 110,000 people, so it's not that dramatic. When it comes to reopening, there are still a couple of discussions in terms of how do we separate sandbox guests as in the international traveler, how do we separate them from domestic customers, and what is it that we do if something happens? Now, for us, our big advantage is we never closed. We've kept the hotel open throughout the whole time. Our owners took their social responsibility quite seriously and actually did not terminate anybody to make numbers look good. We are on varying levels of unpaid leave, so the more with an expectation of the more you earn, the more you lose. So I'm on about 30% of my salary. An entry-level waiter would be on about 90% of his salary. So that way we kept enough money to pay everybody who wanted to stay. So we've used the time for cleaning, for maintenance, for training, because I very much agree with the comment before. Cleanliness is something that is going to be key to success. And the interesting thing is where in hotels before, we never wanted to show that we're cleaning, right? Cleaning was something that happened in the background. Now we push people out there to say, go and clean, go and make sure the guest sees that you're cleaning. And that's something that's going to help us. That's something that's going to help us a lot. What is Vietnam? Okay, let me start with what is Phu Quoc going to do next year, right? So my expectation is that the majority of Phu Quoc is going to live on domestic business for at least the first 6 months of the year. In the second half of 2022, we'll see some regular international business coming back. However, the start of the second half of 2022 is also, or the second half of every year really, is also the beginning of rainy season in Phu Quoc. So that's not going to be too exciting. I think we'll see normal, regular business as it was pre-COVID in Q4 of 2022.
Okay, excellent. David, are you the same opinion? Again, I'm not touching to that, but okay, very good. Thank you very much, Oliver. But a very quick question from me. When I can come to visit you guys again, do you have any plan to reopen Phu Quoc for local travelers?
You can fly on the 10th of October.
They reopen the flight.
There's 4 flights a day. The only problem, because you're coming from Ho Chi Minh City, you're traveling from a red zone to a green zone, you'll have to quarantine for 7 days on arrival. However, we'll give you a really good rate and we'll send you some good food.
I can quarantine in the hotel.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
So basically stay in the room a week and then after I'm free.
I can do 21 days, Oliver. 21 days is fine, don't worry.
Okay.
We should think about that seriously. Yes.
We're actually just confirming at the moment what this statement quarantine at your place of residence, what that actually means. As with regards to a hotel, does it mean you have to stay in a hotel room, or does it mean you have to stay in the resort? My guess, from a logical point of view, is that it means stay in the hotel room.
Let's hope you're wrong.
Well, I hope that's wrong. We'll see. But basically, flights are opening for phase 1 on the 10th of October.
Okay, do you get the booking already? I mean, there are people brave enough to get this 1 week.
No, interestingly, my whole team was very happy today that the flights were starting again, until I reminded them that these flights will help the guests that have been staying with us for the last 2 or 3 months to get home, not necessarily people to come back. and then there was a bit of silence in the meeting
So you
room.
actually lose business.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Tim?
we've had guests staying with us for 3 months now, so which is quite interesting because they've become kind of part of family. We know what they eat, we know their children. The guests between each other have had parties and things like that. So it was quite an experience.
Good, thank you, Oliver. I'll let you go, otherwise we'll run out of time, and Linan will
Sorry,
be very
yeah.
angry with me after the things. So I like our next guest to interview, but Nyung was so excited to have Varun on the stage with us that she said, Maro, let me ask the question myself. So I let Nyung handle it, and I need to excuse myself 1 second because I'm running out of battery. So Nyung, please handle it.
Thank you. So we have today Varun, the country manager of Booking.com for both Thailand and Vietnam. So I would like to ask your company strategy to support the recovery of the both country. So
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Thank you so much for inviting me, first of all, for this wonderful session. I think it's very insightful. A lot of great takeaways I got from rest of the speaker. And basically, what I'm doing is that I look after business operations in Vietnam and south of Thailand. So now that we are talking about Phu Quoc Sandbox, I have some experience from also opening Phuket Sandbox in my business operations in Phuket. So a lot of insights I can also share from there. But very quickly to answer your question, so there are a few things we are doing. Firstly, I can talk about the overall strategy we have for Vietnam is to focus on domestic, because we feel that for some time, at least for 2 to 3 quarters, domestic will drive growth for tourism recovery in Vietnam. And that means that there are a lot of new destinations apart from regular Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, cities like Dalat, cities like Sapa, cities like Da Nang, which earlier were not amongst our top cities of travel. As per our data, Ho Chi Minh was definitely amongst top. But now we see a lot of tier 2, tier 3 cities coming up. So what we are doing from our side is that we are putting more resources on ground to be in contact with our partners there, really guide them towards tourism recovery, give them right consultation, give them right tools to understand what kind of demand they can expect. So that is one side of it, right? That our complete focus is on domestic market. We are also closely working with the government to understand what kind of support they need and what kind of campaigns we can run together. We are very strong in Europe, so obviously that is one of the markets government also wants to target. But even within Asia, if there are certain markets like India, where government feels that they want to drive more demand for, then we want to partner with them, and there are a lot of things we are doing. Secondly, talking about customers, we did a survey last year to understand, what do customers really care about in post-pandemic world, and it clearly came out that customers today are looking for more value, and they are looking for more flexibility. Apart from, like Oliver mentioned, hygiene and cleanliness, that is definitely also something on their mind. So we are coming up with a lot of new campaigns and deals, promotions for our partners to really give them that visibility and really position their property as a competitive value proposition for customers, right? And we also came up with a new feature on our front end, which highlights specific safety and hygiene practices you follow in property. So clearly, if you use sanitizer to make sure that your areas, public areas are clean, you can highlight that, because not every property actually does that. So that's a feature we came up with on our front end to make it easier for our customers to experience Vietnam. And on the partner side, again, we are developing a lot of tools to help you forecast growth for future, understand which are the key inbound markets, understand how domestic demand is penting up. So those are the kind of things we are also working on. Those tools are also available. So all in all, because we are a technology company, our focus is more on technology side. Even from a marketing front, we rely on performance marketing. And if we see certain destinations are becoming more popular with domestic customers, then we try to put more resources to make sure that we capture that demand.
Thank you.
Thank,
So
thank you.
I think that he got some problem with the video, but it's fine. We have a question from Mr. Tấn Mai specifically for Varun. So maybe you can chat with him and maybe reply in the chat box
Sure.
on the right side. Yep.
Sure. And sorry for video. I don't know why it's acting.
Okay, I'll see. We see you back later.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
No, wait, stay there, Varun. I got a question for you, a quick one.
Yes, Mauro.
You will be in charge of Vietnam, but are you moving to Vietnam anytime soon?
I am going to be based in Ho Chi Minh City, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's been a year I've been working from Singapore, managing Vietnam, but it's only because I can't help it. But yeah, very soon, Mauro, and then hopefully next time we can do this event in a more physical, intimate setting.
Yeah, absolutely. Wink will organize it for us next, just after the pajama party. We'll do that. Okay. Thank you, guys. So thank you, everybody. The first group, stay there because later we'll have a few questions for you. I think we'll move into the development group, and I promise you I will go fast because it seems we are in a bit of a running out of time. People want to get into this speed networking as soon as they can. They need a date after
as
the lockdown.
always. Yeah.
They need to date something. Okay, excellent. Thank you, guys. So I will not make an introduction because everybody can just work out with your mouse and see who is there and who is not. I'll just move straight on. This is the development group. So mainly is the people that will make it happen before you actually stay in your hotel. This is the group that is involved to make sure that your stay is good. I like to start maybe with a clean, which is doing actually a lot of projects in Vietnam. A lot of them are very high-end or boutique, so very much into bringing Vietnam to a luxury level of stay and resort. Clean, what do you think it will change in terms of design of hotel after COVID? I'll ask Dan, maybe you can switch off the microphone.
Yeah, I think Dan is staying in some place very windy.
Yes. Clean, please take us to the future of design for resort and hotel.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, and I think, you know, the other panelists mentioned this, but we're quite busy during COVID, which is good for us. Vietnam is very busy for us, continue to be. But what's interesting is that outside of Vietnam, what we've been getting requests for a lot is this focus on wellness and this focus on hotels that are, you know, are being designed and built for the future. So in hotels where, you know, nature is sort of in your room on the inside. And these are hotels that we're designing currently in China, in Saudi Arabia, you know, some very exotic destinations. So I think it's interesting to see that, you know, this trend, which I think will be with us for a while, where really, you know, because all of us are trapped at home, I think we look at health differently now. You know, I've been sort of on this COVID diet, I call it, but this I think will stay with us for a while. And I think would be good to see this trend catch on in Vietnam, you know, where wellness is sort of become second nature and really built into the designs.
So wellness, yeah? We
Wellness,
just talk about, were you influenced by the previous speaker, where we're all about hygiene?
It's interesting because I think you know, I would normally search for hotels by the way the room looks or something like that. But I think he's right that, you know, sort of cleanliness is all the top of our minds now. And I don't think this will go away so easily within the next, you know, 2 to 3 years. So it's something we have to live with. And I think, you know, to live in healthy environments indoors, I think would make, you know, a big difference.
And what is wellness for you? It transmitted into design. How would you design wellness, if you like?
You know, what we're doing now is incorporating elements from nature. So whether it's finishes that are, you know, more natural in look, but still obviously very clean, softer edges. You know, we're going away from very hard finishes. We're doing it. We just started a project in Langkawi. The owner wants something bright. You know, he associates health and wellness and sort of this vibrancy with brightness. So he wants his interiors to be quite bright.
You also work with a lot of international operators. Do you think they are also demanding more wellness element? Do you think it's changing the way they are asking you to move forward into the after COVID area?
Yeah, it's trickling down. You know, we're working with an Alila, Amanda Oriental. It's coming from them that this is sort of the approach that they want, something that it's different, and they think this addresses sort of people's needs going forward.
Thank you. Again, just for the audience, everything is improvised, yeah? He did not receive any question later on. We are going free flow. Don't think that we get prepared. Okay, thank you, Clint. Stay there because we may have some question for you later. Thank you very much. And glad to know you are doing a lot of projects in Vietnam and upgrading Vietnam to the next level. I'd like to pass it to another important person for us, which is Catherine today, because she's going to talk to us about branded residence, which is one of the hottest, after Phu Quoc reopening, the second hottest topic is branded residence in Vietnam this year. You are in charge of the whole group of Accor for branded residence in this part of the world. Please tell us, what do we expect for these branded residence products in the upcoming time?
All right, Mauro, thank you. You know, when I talk about branded residence, I get really passionate. You know, and in terms of, you know, how do we see kind of this industry? You know, I'm going to borrow some statistics from you, actually. You know, Savills does an amazing branded residence report. And you guys have indicated that, you know, in the last 10 years, branded residences have really grown, you know, by 170%. And, you know, it's very obvious that the pandemic in some weird way, you know, have helped to drive that increase, you know, in demands from buyers. And, you know, we really see, you know, hotel owners and developers, you know, taking advantage of that. You know, a study, you know, came out last month indicating that 39% of, you know, buyers are willing to pay a price premium just to buy a branded residence. And that's, you know, for the service, the amenities, you know, the safety protocols that Hong and, you know, Oliver talked about earlier. You know, a little bit of, you know, insight. You know, we recently conducted interviews with our owners at Raffles Residences in Manila for testimonials, you know, in preparation for our launch of the OO Residences in London. And one owner said, you know, they were just so grateful, you know, to own a Raffles residence because, you know, during, you know, not only did the staff, you know, stay and not go back to their own homes during lockdown, but they maintained that highest level of service. You know, during Easter, you know, when they couldn't go out of their room, you know, their apartments for Easter brunch, you know, the staff surprised everyone, you know, with Easter baskets, you know, placed in front of their door so that they would be surprised in the morning. So these little kind of things just make their lives a whole lot, you know, easier. And, you know, when owners are happy, then, you know, it really helps translate to the success of project sales launches. You know, our project in Australia, the Mondrian Residences in Gold Coast, you know, they sold out 84 units in a mere 6 months. And this is early in this year, in the midst of the pandemic. You know, our Pullman Newton in Singapore, SoKL in Malaysia, they're consistently selling. And I think one of the trends is, you know, a bit like hotels where it's really catering to the locals, there's a lot of local buyers buying now, where in the past, a lot of international buyers or people buying branded residences as secondary home or for investment, we're really seeing local buyers buying as their primary homes. And specifically in Vietnam, you know, it's been a difficult year, but we're really seeing positive activities now. You know, our Partners is about to launch the very first M Gallery residence in Halong Bay, another one in Ngay An. We, you know, successfully opened the Movenpick Phu Quoc, Movenpick Cam Ranh, you know, both with branded residences components in there. And then our development team, whom you know well, you know, headed by, you know, Tuan, we're about to sign, you know, 3,500 keys this year, and half of that will be branded residences. And then next week, you know, I'm very excited to announce that we'll be launching a new website portal that will showcase all of Accor's portfolio of branded residences globally. So everyone stay tuned for that. So to answer your question, I think that, you know, branded residences will become, you know, more and more popular as we go forward.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a question for me. What brand are you guys will use more for branded residence? I guess something like Novotel is just purely mainly used for hotel side. but probably your Raffles, your Fairmont, I see you're using a lot, Movenpick, if you like. Will Sofitel also be branded resident? What's the policy of Accor in terms of branding?
So, you know, we have 40 brands, and we have, of those, 16 are used for our branded residents at the moment. We're trying to increase more. And this is I feel like you're plugging me in to talk about, you know, our recent closing with Ennismore. We're going to have a lot more lifestyle focused branded residents because that's what people are looking for. You know, the Raffles, the Fairmont, there will always be very attractive to buyers, but I think the lifestyle brand is really the brand that can kind of gauge all types of buyers in different age segments, lifestyle segments, etc. So,
would you see an Ibis hotel branded residence? So would you see that Ibis style maybe branded residence at certain points?
well, I think we'll have we'll hopefully have tribe residences, and that's kind of a more hip type, and we really see that brand maybe attracting younger professionals getting into the home buying journey. You know, smaller usage of space, but then more effective use of space, having a lot more amenities whereby buyers, you know, can hang out with each other and do, you know, co-working spaces within the residences, a lot more amenities that can create that environment and atmosphere.
Thank you. Thank you, Katerina. I love to talk to you. I love to talk to Clint, but I think we need to move on. Otherwise, we'll just stay here and talk about design and things, which is very interesting. I think Dan is training with his dog, so I will just leave him later to ask the question. New, please help me out here to interview our rest of the speaker.
Yes, because I have familiar face here. So maybe I start with Felicia first. So I heard that you are very busy at this stage, right? How you and your team is doing at the moment?
Yes. In fact, we're kind of like really busy, and that wasn't actually the whole year like this. The beginning of the year when everything was open, we were kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't say we're not busy, but everything was quite moderate. But from the moment the lockdown came and we had to go home, things kind of like really got crazy. And we had like 3 large projects last year, which were all on hold. And like the moment the lockdown started, everyone is like, okay, we signed with the operator, we are going to restart. And yeah, so we kind of like really got a bit into trouble. It was kind of like no kind of like lazy working at home and relax a bit. So I think all my team has been kind of like really working like every minute, overtime and weekends and so on. We even during this lockdown we hired 4 new people, so I never met them, but they're working now with us.
That's great. Yeah. And how about your viewpoint for next year?
I mean, with seeing that, I mean, what we can see is that that the developers are kind of like really confident, and I think that's why they're kind of like pushing ahead. I think it's also that maybe during the lockdown, all the construction sites maybe on hold and idle. So they thought, okay, at least let's do some planning. I mean, all the projects what we're doing are actually greenfield developments, or most of them, which they're only going to open after 2 years, maybe 3 years, and so on. But I think the developers, they're all kind of like really pushing for it. They're kind of like speeding up. And so that means that that these kind of like industry is kind of like really thriving. It shows that the developers are like really positive, and yeah. So I think we are with our ongoing work busy. I think at least until mid of next year. But we're also still receiving kind of like a lot of requests for future work. So I'm kind of like actually very positive for the upcoming year.
Yeah, I think from outside, we do have some, like consulting work as well. So people still keep planning for projects. Up next, maybe because we are running out of time for this part, I might ask Yudo, how are you and how's you doing in Thailand? Are you busier than before?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm based in Bangkok, but I'm so busy about Vietnam projects. So like a lot of others, we are really blessed, to look after that. And in fact, I would say this year alone, so far we signed 5 hotels in Vietnam, 2 in Thailand. We also opened 2 in Vietnam. So we are actually very excited, and branded residence certainly is one of the keywords because actually a lot of our clients are focusing for branded residence plus franchise, and since our flexible approach allow them to do so.
Do you think that Vietnam will have a similar part of recovery comparing with Thailand?
Well, actually, in terms of that, I would say Vietnam is recovered in a way and much faster way than Thailand, because I would say, in terms of Thailand, a lot of owners actually are taking a wait and hold approach. So for next year, I would say in early Q1, we do expect a lot more conversion hotels in Bangkok and Phuket. Whereas if you look at Vietnam, basically we see opportunities, in terms of all cities. Established city, as well as all the other new provincial capitals, and together we also see another opportunity not only in branded residence but quite a lot of integrated mega projects that are over 500 keys. So actually a lot of opportunities if you have the stomach to take it.
It seems that Accor just took a 3,500 key out of you guys. Usually the 3,000 plus keys is always been a Wyndham or a Best Western. What happened?
Well, we have something with 8,000 keys right now. So
yes,
let's
so
see.
you will also win. When it comes to number of key, I'm sure Wyndham is always the winner out of that. Yes.
I saw Best Western today. They also on the show, so maybe we can ask them later. But I would love to ask you more, but I need to move ahead with Dan. So maybe one question only.
Quick one. You guys in Thailand are open. Are you doing well? Your hotel in Thailand. Just a quick one on that. How Thailand is doing?
Well, in terms of our hotels in Thailand, we look at it in two phases. We have some hotels that are being converted in hospital, actually feeding up with Rex. With a COVID patient, but we also have quite a number of hotels, particularly in Phuket, that actually are open fully already, thanks to the Phuket Sandbox. I would say in terms of performance-wise, they are doing decent, much better than being closed, but certainly it's still far away in terms of making good, decent money. But certainly it keeps the financial and people afloat. So we are excited and happy to see that.
Interesting statement. You just say that I'm doing much better than being closed. That's interesting. Okay, thank you. Sorry, Nhung, please go ahead.
Okay, so Dan, actually this question is from one of our audience. They sent to me. So what are the changes that we should expect from design industry? Only one question.
Wow, so much to say. Where to start? So we in VPSH we see crisis as an opportunity. Crisis is a terrible thing to waste, as we like to say. Obviously with all the challenges, a lot of opportunities coming up. I think what we a few lessons learned from the last year and a half or so is that a lot of the things we've been doing pre-COVID were wrong, right? And now we're paying a price for it, not necessarily because of COVID. I mean, obviously climate change is a big issue. I was actually interested to hear from Varun. The surveys that you guys have done. I mean, is anybody interested in sustainability and environmental issues? Is that something that comes up coming from the public? I would like to hope it is, because this is our chance. Maybe it's the last opportunity we have to fix what we have done, right? And start create a better future for all of us. It's a bit I would say alarming to hear about 5,000 and 3,000 keys hotels. I was hoping we are getting away from that kind of mass tourism trends and more into boutique and higher quality of facilities and resorts. I tend to agree with Catherine. We see a lot of demand for lifestyle, and that's throughout, right? It goes through from healthcare to education to residential. Everything that we do has a certain lifestyle component in it, resiliency, sustainability. It's all coming together now, right? So and that's beautiful. Suddenly, people are actually interested in values, right? which was very different than 2 years ago, right? I mean, we know Vietnam and Southeast Asia, these are very, very kind of money driven, right? That's the bottom line. Suddenly people talking, and it's coming from the client. That's amazing, right? Suddenly they're talking about community and social responsibility. And that's, to me, that's the exciting part. This is the opportunity. Yeah, this is what gets us going. So
okay. Comment on that. I'm also very, you see, a lot of time I'm very pro this new lifestyle and small and wellness boutique hotel and everything is like this. But sometimes we really forget about the mass market. Sometimes we forget that you do need something larger to really gather more people, that you gather more family, to get a bit more budget travelers if you want. And yes, it's just easy to.
But the question is, Mauro, do we really? I mean, you know, we've been after the money all these years, and look where we are, right? We're on the verge of extinction. So maybe we were, you know, chasing all the wrong things. Maybe we need to go back and look at values, right, as opposed to money, right? It's just a question for all of us. Maybe it's not popular to say, but you know, I think we need to just when we go home and we go to bed and we just rethink about what we're doing, and do we really need to be that big? Do we really need to be, you know, that rich? Maybe we can, you know, downscale a bit. So.
Next time, then you need to start the question.
Yes.
How was your 4 months lockdown?
I think like Felicia and Clint, I think we were blessed enough to we are doing very well. I mean, we're very diverse, so it's not just hospitality for us. We work with I don't know, very big clients like Microsoft and Amazon and Google and Alibaba and others to look at what's coming and try to be you know, behind the trends, or basically reinvent and set up new trends. You know, we've been doing very well. As I mentioned, crisis is a great opportunity for a change, and we've been doing good.
To rediscover ourselves as well. Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think that we can invite Dan to speak more at the networking part later on. Now I think we should move to the next part because people are really willing to hear on the answer from.
I think Linan will join us in a moment and we'll ask a few questions. I think we are very badly running out of time, and very badly is not even English. So we'll just keep it within 5 to 10 minutes. Question to the KOL. Please digit it. Linan.
Yeah.
Okay, we will keep it short then. Because we received actually a lot of questions from the registration page already, but lots of the topics already just been covered by our speakers already. So I just pick out some of the topics left here. Probably the first question would be for Clint, actually, from Sebastian, Development Director of Club Med. I do not know if he's still here at the moment. If you are here, just feel free to grab the microphone to talk to Clint. Otherwise, I can read to you the question right now. Do you think hospitality development are focused enough on client experience? So that is his question.
Well, I think as a firm, that's what we focus on. We focus on the client experience first. Not so much about design. It's really about creating experiences. So from my point of view, I would say yes. Especially nowadays with, you know, there's so much emphasis on social media like YouTube, Instagram. You know, when I grew up, this is how old I am, it was Kodak moments. So going back to that, we really need to create these opportunities for people to have different experiences.
Okay, that's very insightful opinion, actually. Do you have anything to add to that, Felice?
Yes, I mean, actually, that's really kind of like what it's all about. I think all the guests are kind of like looking for experience, and the design is basically creating the background for that. So it's really what the hospitality industry actually is about like these experience and moments for the guests.
Yeah, thank you. So that's from the designer point of view. But if you're taking care of the brand for hotels, David, are you sharing the same opinion? You're on mute.
You are mute.
Say the question again, Lynn. Sorry, regarding experience or.
Yeah, he wants to know if the hospitality development is focusing enough on client experience. So,
I think he always has, right? You know, having wow moments and creating brand ambassadors from guests. I mean, it's been a consistent thing, hasn't it? But like I said, maybe it's going to be amplified more in this era of travel when we value moments and holidays and stays more than we ever did. So I think, like I said at the beginning, a lot of these things are not new, are they? But maybe COVID is just an amplifier, I feel.
David, what do you want the people to say about Wink when they check out? What's the best comment you can get?
I think it's a wow moment, isn't it? And you know, I hope we immerse guests in their location more than they've ever been, and create these human contacts that will last long beyond the end of their stay through our service and also our recommendations, the way we integrate technology through our online magazine and through messaging our front of house team for recommendations and bookings in restaurants. And you know, I feel like we've really built a knowledge base of what's happening first in Saigon, and then in each city and place we'll be in from here. In the 20 hotels we'll build, we'll create that same knowledge base and really plug people in to a location like they haven't been before.
Okay, excellent. I think he would be happy with the question. If not, you feel free to drop us more comments on the comment chat box here. So we got the next question actually for Varun, asked by Alice. So I was seeing like she's still typing in the chat box. I do not know if she's still here. If you are, I'll grab the microphone and we bring you on stage, because the next question is for Varun. Okay, let's see here. Do not see her here at the moment. Okay, so the question she was registering with us earlier is, how does traveler behavior on OTA channel shift post-COVID? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so you know, there are certain trends which we see coming up since last year. For sure, people want to travel closer to home because, you know, still there's so much uncertainty about travel restrictions and a lot of other things related to government policies, which keeps changing from one day to another. So people are looking for places closer to home. That is one thing we see, and then hence we are also innovating our front end. So now customers can actually choose to book a property which is closer to their home. Right, we're also coming up with a lot of staycation packages because that is something we see has a huge popularity in most of our markets. And second thing we also see, now coming back to what Dan was saying, I 100% agree. I think customers today, especially an evolved traveler, is looking for real travel experiences, and they want to go to a place which is more sustainable, which cares about environment, which cares about social community. And I think a lot of properties now, a lot of hotel partners who work with us are aware of that. At Booking.com, we also take this responsibility very seriously. So we've actually tied up with a third-party certification body called Travelist. It's actually partnered with Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, and we are coming up with a product for our partners where they can clearly show what kind of practices they follow, which makes them sustainable. Because we really feel that that's the future. Customers do want to understand the sustainability level at an accommodation they travel to. So that is another trend we see very strongly, which will actually pick up once we reach the end of pandemic. And of course, you know, domestic travel, like I say, will continue to happen. The focus will continue to be on domestic travel in spite of more countries opening up their borders. I think people would still continue to focus on domestic tier 2, tier 3 destinations. So that's another trend.
Okay.
Sorry, Dilan, I got a quick follow-up question for Varun, and I received it on my phone. He said, Varun is so cute. Is he single? it's a little.
We haven't started speed dating yet.
Okay, and that's what I say. Find out yourself. Just wait it a bit. Okay, don't announce it to anybody yet. Just hold on that. Everybody need to discover himself. Okay, sorry, please, Nian, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was saying that that's a really good good answer, and then I saw that Huang is like he was nodding a lot, so I think he's totally agree with you. And then Huang, prepare yourself because you've got the next question actually. Semi Nguyen from FCS Computer, the sales director, want to ask you, how can smart technology assist operations during the new normal?
Well, there are many technology that we already working before the COVID. Things like NLP or virtual assistant. OK Google or Alexa, all these virtual assistant we have, and then they use it IoT and big data and then face recognition. You've seen that the use of face recognition a lot in China, obviously, right? And then so COVID just accelerate many of these technology, right? And also introduce a lot of new technology, just such as the cleaning and sanitization tech, as I said, and then the robotic housekeeping is an example, right? And then also the use of AI video, so that you can use your video and you detect the use of non-mask guests, for example, so you can go out and ask them to kindly wear the mask. So all in all, I think technology is still very important, and the idea of technology is save time so that the staff have more time to spend with the guests, not just remove any employee from the equation. So after COVID, I believe that there's many technology that will be there to stay, such as I say, the virtual assistant. Instead of having to talk to people, you can just have a virtual assistant in room 24/7, and you can order anything you want, from laundry to housekeeping to order transportation to even order F&B. So we look at one example is one of our hotel in one of our customer, right? 70% of the call that people make to the call center is asking for a taxi or transportation, and that's obviously can handle by the virtual assistant. So if you put in the virtual assistant there, you have a more convenient way for the guests to order what they want 24/7, and also you can reduce 70% of the call. So that is something that I believe will stay. Things like AI will stay. Things like the technology that you can publish out to your consumer, such as like we all work with vaccinated staff. We only accept, let's say, vaccinated customer. So how do you do that thing together? Because I believe technology are there, but the hard part is how do you connect them all together? So let's say the moment that you accept a guest, you already know that they are vaccinated. So one of the things, like, how do you connect your guest system with the vaccine passport? So that the moment they walk into your hotel and they do the check-in, you know that, oh, they're already vaccinated, instead of having to ask the question. So there are things that, I think the most important part that we are doing right now is actually connecting all these dots so that we can provide a smooth and seamless experience for our guests.
Okay, that sounds like just like a future, but you already got those services.
But yeah, part of it.
It's really look forward to be in one of the hotels, the high-tech hotel like that. So thank you very much for the answer. I am seeing that you also answering lots of questions from our audience in the comments as well. So thank you, very active today. I would like to pass the next question to Oliver. We have two more. So the next one will be for Oliver. Ignacio Martin, actually the managing director Southeast Asia of Melia Hotels International. He'd like to ask you, we need to understand further the challenges and opportunities in the post-COVID period in Vietnam. So he wants to ask you about your opinion about that.
I actually think the biggest challenge for hotels will be staffing. I think we are already experiencing that big time. There's many hotels who have very haphazardly terminated people when COVID first hit, very often without any regard for regulations and things like that. And many hospitality colleagues have found different jobs and have found jobs that are paying very well and that maybe have even a better work-life balance. So getting these people back is going to be quite a challenge, I would say. I mean, we've got a 459 room hotel. At good times, we need about between 550 and 600 people. We're currently at 400. Finding those additional people is going to be a big challenge. So to me, domestic travel will return, and thankfully Vietnam is big enough for domestic business for pretty much everybody. But finding the team to actually look after those customers, it's going to be tough. And we see it already in Europe. We see it already in the US. People have realized that there is businesses, there's money to be made outside of hospitality.
Oliver, just to follow up on that, if you forget the international clients, will you survive next year just with the domestic travelers?
Yes. Yes.
So you will get through the occupancy that you need.
Well, for starters, we have to. I might lose some more weight and some more hair, but we can. We've seen it. We've seen it in the beginning of this year when COVID was really not, when COVID wave 4 hadn't hit yet. We could see that we can actually survive. Not thrive, but survive.
Right. Okay. It's a very positive vibe that you bring here, just like what we needed right now. So thank you very much for that.
I think you would survive. That's the point. Okay, Lina, sorry, keep going.
No, but he's talking about a really, really good policy about the human resource. I think everybody should be noticed about that. And yeah, we got a final question here, and I was give that to Udo actually. Udo, Thảo Nguyễn from Sedona Suite, the revenue manager, would like to have your advice. When COVID's under control in Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh to be exact, what most factor like price sensitivity, flexible term, safety and hygiene is affected to the guest behaviors? So she wants to know that the most factor that will affect the guest behavior after the COVID.
Well, I would say, after the COVID, most of the time for Vietnam, you'll be receiving domestic tourists first. And for them, of course, they would love to travel to different places. Safety certainly is very important. It is a prerequisite, I would say. But just having safety alone is insufficient. You certainly would like to continuously to have, an exceptional experience that are able to offer with a nice package as well. Because what we do see, as a comparison, as a reference point for Thailand, is that right now the price, the hotel price in Bangkok is a lot more affordable in terms of package than those cities in Hua Hin as well as in Pattaya. Because when Bangkok allowed people to travel again domestically to those places, hotel, of course, it's really basic supply and demand. They see more people coming. Certainly, they will just increase the price. So it really depends on how you see the opportunity. And it's a good thing. And certainly, as long as you have good safety and good range of pricing, and you can reach out with good channel, I'm sure you'll do pretty well in all these places.
Okay, thank you. Do we got a yes from Catherine as well, or you get something else to add?
Sorry, were you asking me? Oh, sorry, I completely missed that last question because I'm reading the next question that's being written here.
Okay.
As well.
Yes, we were just talking about the most factor will affect the traveler behavior after the post-COVID. So we would just like to get some opinion from you. What do you think?
Well, I speak more in terms of branded residences and less about travelers, because a lot of the people that buy branded residences are people who live in the homes or they purchase it for secondary home usage or for investment. But I kind of want to answer the question that somebody have, Chow Nguyen. Can I answer that question?
Yes, absolutely.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
The question is a lot of interesting points of technology and how to bring the memorable experiences to clients. What do you think of the role of technology and real experience for clients if there are no more contacts? From a branded residence perspective, I think that's really difficult to completely take out that human interaction because a lot of times when you live in your home, you want the concierge, you want the director of residence. They know you by name. They know what's your favorite cocktail. They know, how do you want your, temperature in your room to be? How do you want to be served your breakfast? So that human kind of interaction cannot really be taken away by technology completely. However, technology can be very efficient for daily usage, right? Like, calling a car, having housekeeping come in, texting, have her come in when I'm not at home. There's a lot of services that can be done that is much more efficient over apps than if I were to call down to concierge or, go directly to the counter. So I think it's a little bit different than hotel. That human interaction is very important because I want to be, known as, VIP in my own home, and that I'm treated well and taken care of. And I think she also wanted Oliver to answer that question.
I think I actually, Catherine, I actually 100% agree with you. I think I don't think it's such a difference between residences and hotels. I very much believe that a lot of the unimportant interactions will go to technology and will stay in technology. But the pieces where we care, where we show our care, the pieces that need to stay genuinely human, those will always stay genuinely human. Ordering room service through an application, yeah, be my guest. But making sure that the guest feels that he's welcome, the guest feels that he's at home, an application can't do that. So I think the essential bits, the human interaction, still will be there. And I wasn't joking when I saw the Vink video. I said, I know where I'm going to stay next time. I really will. I'm going to upset my boss by not staying at his hotel. But I really want to try this because I thought that was so intriguing. And I was very happy to see that you actually still had people.
We'd love to welcome you, Oliver.
I will definitely try this because I really want to see it.
Okay.
Can I make? Sorry, I know you're short of time. I wanted to make one point on sustainability.
Sure.
The one of the largest feedbacks that we had when we post on social media was when we announced that we were switching from miniature bathroom amenities to bulk amenities. So the number of likes, the number of posts, the number of comments that we had was so intense. It was actually really surprising. But sustainability is clearly an issue.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I think we're gonna do a webinar on the sustainability.
It's such a big topic
in upcoming time. So
Yeah.
good love to have you guys again.
Absolutely. Well, I
Yeah.
think that is such a great Q&A section. Thank you, all the KOLs today. And now I would just pass the microphone back to Nhung and David, actually, because we are about to enter the survey part where all the speakers and our attendee can attend it. Yes, Laura.
Dinan, yes, just for people like me, how long will it take the survey part and when we get into the speed?
Yeah, it should be very fast. Yeah,
Okay,
because we have 5 questions for the survey only.
We have 5 questions. We'll run it through fast and then we'll get into the last part.
Absolutely. But it's a very positive sign because the number of attendees actually stay still from when we start until now, if you notice.
I just say that because I'm almost done here. So just to get my timing right.
Okay. So let's get started.
Thank you. And cheers to everybody. Before going,
Yeah.
let me just
Here's a little bit. I still have my drink here.
Thank you. Thank you to the OKL. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. So let's move to the survey part. Only 5 questions. Please, maybe the IT team, please help me to show the survey. So for this survey, you will you can only pick one, answer.
Sorry, Nhung.
Your first choice.
Nhung, just to explain, you guys need to click on the arrow if you want to open the full screen. Otherwise, you cannot read the question. Maybe you want to tell people.
Yep. Thank you for informing.
And David can read the full questions for everybody.
Yeah. Your first choice for weekend after the lockdown: Phu Quoc, Da Nang, Vũng Tàu, Ho Chi Minh, or you still, would rather to stay home? What's your idea, David?
Well, it's relative, isn't it? Just before this really bad lockdown, the serious stay-at-home order, my friends invited me to District 4 in Saigon to stay over, and usually I would have said no, and I went there immediately with enthusiasm, and I never thought in my life District 4 would be a tourism destination. So after COVID, I mean, there's a lot of pent-up travel demand, isn't there? I saw someone in the comments talk about revenge travel and this desire to just go anywhere. I would go anywhere. You know, I'd just be happy to get out of Saigon. Although I love Saigon, it's my home. I could go anywhere. Young.
Yeah,
How about
same
you?
here. Yeah, I will maybe after the conversation with Oliver, I might choose Phu Quoc.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I've been a good salesman.
Yeah.
He's offering
So-
such a good voucher here. So take
Yeah.
a good selfie
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, because you can only pick one. Okay, so we should show you should see the answer right now. So I can see that most vote for the Phu Quoc. Yeah. Let's move to the next one. And for the attendant, if you want to share your opinion, you can grab the mic
Sorry,
and then I
did
can.
they get right the part where they need to stay 1 week quarantine?
But you can stay in the hotel, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I just got a message. Saying,
Yeah, the second
Edward.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, my
Edward
question,
on
Young.
the stage.
So I
Okay.
should ask this one, shouldn't I? I guess with Wink, that we've been kind of obsessed with removing things and filling in and emphasizing other things like service and relationships and experiences. So my question was, which hotel features should we get rid of first in this new era of travel? Reception desks, business centers, crowded buffets and crowded breakfast buffets, and room service. Should I nominate someone, Young, from the attendees?
I saw that somebody.
Yeah, we
Maybe
got a
Edward,
request
right?
from Edward.
Yeah, maybe you can.
Actually.
Can you give him the right to maybe share a bit?
Edward, I was going to ask you from Swiss Bell, Senior Vice President of Operations at Swiss Bell. What do you think about this one?
I gave him the mic already, so
Yeah, he's coming.
okay. So
Coming to the stage.
I
Yeah,
think lots of people select the
Far
number
away,
six.
far. Has to come a long way.
it is a long way here down in New Zealand where I'm
You made it.
currently isolated. But I think when looking at those four options, you gotta wonder what number one, crowded breakfast buffets. That you shouldn't have a crowded breakfast buffet unless you've got a Chinese tour group in your hotel. But looking in the new normal as we see it these days after COVID, I think business centers are starting to get outdated. But I think all four options definitely need to be taken care of in the future, but they just have to be done differently.
Yeah.
Like we need to look at the way that your guests are changing, and then change what we're providing for our guests in a different way. And that's one thing that I really respect about what Wink's doing. Like I've been following Wink a lot, and
Awesome.
and I'm really respecting the differences and changes that they're bringing into the traditional hoteling. And it's good. And COVID has given us an opportunity for a breath of fresh air, really, a reason to change, an energy to change. And I think that the standard will leave you behind, and you've got to embrace the opportunity to do something different.
Yeah, good feedback, Edward. I mean, yeah, especially business centers. We switched out our business center, which I always felt were these dead spaces in hotels that I go to once a year to print something at the last minute. Just this empty room with an assistant asleep, and we switched it out for a co-working space by tongue to create this dynamism and people coming in and out, and
Definitely.
a lot of these things resonate with me too, Edward. Thank you for that. Really appreciate your input.
If somebody wonder, I'm the one that vote for room service. I'm the only one.
It is nice sometimes, though, isn't it? It is nice.
Only one vote. Yeah.
Yeah. So
want a
maybe
robot,
the next one. Let's move to the next one, please. Mauro is so eager to do the speed dating.
Yeah, you can see, can't you?
When do you see occupancy reach 2019 levels again? End of 2022, 2023, 2024, or maybe after? I think somebody want to grab the mic. Okay, Matthew probably from Wings.
Yeah, just gave
we
me
have
the
Matthew
Yeah.
on. Amazing.
He's the custom revenue manager, right? So yeah, the right one to answer this one.
Exactly, Nyong, yeah.
Yeah. So Matthew, can you say something?
Just getting on the stage is quite.
Not so far.
Quite far.
Just come on. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's in Ho Chi Minh
This
City.
is okay. This is okay. He's got this. He's got.
Yeah. So I see the numbers increasing for numbers 2023 and 2024. Okay. Matthew, you getting there?
Slowly. Yeah, we got the comment from Pamela, also the director of Wing Experience. And then the comments is, Matthew, don't say 2027.
This is kind of company policy, right?
Yeah, be careful about what you're saying.
Okay, so if
we can check it one of our KOLs, actually.
I think he's won the mic, and I give him again, and it's still there. Okay, if anybody wants to maybe say something, I can.
Yeah, I'm in the minority there, apparently.
Well, interesting question. So I think we need to wait until 2024 because with this, the 4 reasons. The first reason is at that time, all the country in over the world strict the herd immunity. And the second reason is domestic travel sector is growing every year. And the third, the world economy will recover. Last but not least, international traveler will be back. Thank you very much.
Okay, so you actually follow Pamela's advice. Okay, so that's great.
Nice, Matthew. Thank you.
Yeah, I see that majority of the answer here is using definitely 2022. 23 actually.
Sorry,
Okay,
Oliver was giving a quick answer.
That's good luck with me giving a quick answer. I'm a bit more hopeful in terms of occupancy levels because I do believe in the domestic business. Average rates, different story. Average rates, I would agree with 2023, probably 2024. But in terms of occupancy levels, I'm a bit more positive with end of 2022.
Thank you. So let's move to the next one.
Yeah,
we have 2 more. If anybody want to grab the mic, just do it. Otherwise, it will take time for you to come on stage. So David, it's on you.
Okay, we rehearsed this, didn't we, Young? But it's me. Yeah. So next question, number 4. This is the fearless forecast question about international tourists. So what do we predict fearlessly about international tourism, or not fearlessly, as the case may be? There'll be no international tourists in Q1 of 2022. There will only be some appearing in some places, or there will be international tourism throughout Vietnam, A, B, or C. As you vote. For this one, let's invite. Is Miss Antu on the call from Lufthansa Airlines? It'd be good to get airlines input onto this one, wouldn't it?
She just grabbed the mic, so let's wait for a moment. She flew in here on stage. Okay, cool. So please share your opinion.
Well, I guess I will be more on the positive side of this answer, which is to have international tourists back in several places in Vietnam. And I expect that it's not going to be like a big volume, but I understand that the government also really want to show really a progress of opening back the country, and therefore there will be people coming from abroad into Vietnam, not with commercial flight, but also with charter flight and so on. So this is something that we can expect towards the end of the year. Not so many in volume, but there will be some movement at least. And then next year will be also a better picture for all of us though.
Yeah. Good.
And if this is coming from the country manager of Lufthansa, we're going to believe it.
Yeah, she sounds very confident. So would like to believe that.
It does tally with a lot of the news stories we're reading, right? In December there'll be select locations with international travel, and by June 2022 there'll be normality, unless anything happens unpredictable. But so that does tally with our expectation, isn't it?
But I also think, what do you define as international tourists? Because I also know a lot of international people will leave the country for Christmas holiday, and by the time they get back, it's also, like, do you consider it international tourist traffic here or not, right? So this is something will be there for us.
Yeah, so we have more than 76% for this, this for the second option. Let's move to the next one, the last one. So let's see, this is going to be about product in Vietnam hospitality. So from 2022 onward, which one do you think that we need more in Vietnam market? So luxury resort, limited service hotel, condotel, or wellness resort? So anybody want to grab the mic?
Udo, stay with me in the condotel, yeah? We'll be the only two.
Mauro, what is your choice?
Both of us got a lot of business from the condotel, so please stay there.
So maybe,
no, I didn't vote for condotel. It's not me.
Okay, so Mauro, which one you choose?
I'm going for luxury. I really need more luxury in Vietnam because Vietnam now can have a luxury. We love more. We know that Intercon is opening next door, a new region. So hopefully I'll visit it soon. So we know that there's Park Hyatt in Phu Quoc under construction. There are a lot of new products to come, but hopefully more. Some of them will be designed by Klimt. Hopefully we'll keep giving us a better and better product. We need more of these kind of things. We need to compete with Bali. We need to compete with a Phuket easily.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
I just chose, for my side, the wellness resort, and majority of the attendees chose that as well. So I think
same here.
we care more about wellness. So
okay.
We don't know the meaning of wellness resort, if I ask, but everybody wants a wellness resort.
Yeah, because it sounds good.
Sounds good. Sounds well.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that we are running out of time for this. We still have the speed networking and the gather town, the virtual bar. So maybe Linan, you want to say something to move to the next part?
No, yeah, it's been a very insightful section for us today. I'm happy that we made it until the moment and still have more than 100 people staying. First of all, thank you all the KOLs for your sharing today. Now we would like to move to the last part of the event where we have the speed networking section. Can I have, please have the slide on the screen? Yes, so if you already read the instruction of the new platform, actually, when we start the speed networking, you will be automatically matched with one of our attendees by the system, and the time for you to get to know the other one will be 2 minutes. So just like with the speed dating, you've got only 2 minutes, make your impression. And during that time, you can still follow them, have the option to follow and continue your conversation just after that. So,
Linan, how long does it last, the speed networking?
2 minutes for you to meet
I
each other.
understand, but
then,
overall, I stayed the whole night, or
we will have it continue about maybe 20 minutes. So yeah, let's
see. I got 10 dates, 10 chance to get the right date. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So better dress up.
Yes, not just that. We also have another platform that will open up soon with the virtual bar that you would like to explain you a bit before we actually start this.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. So this is the Gather Town. So we have a HoSkar bar host in Gather Town. We will open it at the same time with the speed networking. So we have selected 25 sponsor guests today to join the HoSkar bar. So you can, if you have received any email or message from our team, please close the Runderworld, and we will meet at the Gather Town where you can meet up with a group of people, not the speed networking with in every 2 minutes. So you have 20 minutes in a group. So I'll be there. I'm the bar manager there. So hope to see you guys there.
And sorry, Nyung, how can I receive this link in the next one if I'm not one of the lucky guys that got the link?
You should be.
Just be nicer with the Savills Hotel team.
Or you can be the one of the frequent HoSkarian if you are very active, and then we can give you that selective seat for the next time. So this time only 25 seats. So I'm going to say goodbye with you guys now because I'm moving to the bar. And see you at the Gather Town. Thank you guys.
And anybody who want to stay for the speed networking, please stay here. We're starting the section in few seconds.
So Linan, how does it work? We just
you do not need to do anything.
Just
Yeah.
be yourself, Mauro. Be yourself, man.
Yeah, be yourself
you.
and make your good impression in 2 minutes.
I'm trying to.
Okay, please, the IT team, help us to start the speed networking right now. Thank you.